Starting the day off con coffee. We hired a car. Michael is driving on the wrong side of the road. If you're new here, I'm Emie, and this is our incredible manifested life. I can help you create your version of a beautiful life over at salty-moon.com. I post twice a week, so make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a video. I'd already planned a basic route that we were going to take. The island's pretty small, so you can split it between north and south over 2 days. We started with the north. We've come down to the Jardin de Cactus, but it's not open yet. So having a little wander around. It's like behind this wall. Mike's been letting me wander around with poppy seeds in my teeth.
Poppy seeds?
Yeah, because I had that poppy, that's what they are, poppy seeds in that bread roll.
Oh, sorry, yes, I was thinking whether you've been eating poppies, to be honest. Such a big question. Mike's always confused about it. We bought a ticket for 4 entries into different places. What? I thought there was like 4 different entries.
Into here?
In here, like there's a different cactus section and then there's another different cactus section.
No.
Stupidly. I can't read Spanish. They didn't have it in English.
No, they didn't. But anyway, we bought 4 entries into different museums. We've come here early, and I'm a bit torn whether that was the right thing to do because the sun is like making everything really bright and contrasty. So unless you're walking away from the sun, I really struggle to see anything. But it's really quiet. There was already a queue when we got here. I imagine by the end of the day, once all the bus tours and stuff start coming in, this place is going to be busy. It is so beautiful here. Look at these. Toilets are celebrating the female form here. We're lizard spotting. A guy called Cesar Manrique really made the island famous and what it is today. So we decided to go to the museums that he has on the island. He pretty much dominates the island, if I'm totally honest with you, but they are really beautiful. I am solely on Mike's phone, so if it's windy, I'm sorry. But we're at the next museum. I don't know what it's called. We are sat watching the world go by with this incredible view. Although the tourist attractions were busy, this is mainly coachloads of people on tours. Most people don't hire a car. With the local population being so low or at work, the roads are really, really quiet. Small places off the beaten track were also quiet. I mean, really quiet. We found one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen just by stopping in a tiny car park at the edge of the road. There was literally nobody here. Exploring these little places ended up being my favourite part of this trip. Wow, this has actually got to be one of the most beautiful places I think I've ever been. You've got gorgeous sea, white sands, which I'm going to find out for you if it's imported or not. You've got this, I can't see the screen at all, but you've got a boat over here. You've got the most blue sea possible, and then behind you, you've got all the mountains. It's incredible. Come and sat in one of these little containers.
Container?
A container.
Is it a container?
Yeah, it contains us. It is like 1,000 degrees in here, and there's no noise. Like all the noise is then coming from there. There's no wind. It's pretty crazy.
It's why they build them, I think.
It's gotta be why they built them.
It's a bit of local engineering, I think.
A quick note on the sand. Most sand in Lanzarote is imported, and it was imported from the West Sahara. There's a huge problem around, but we won't get into that today. I have read that there are some beaches on the island where the white sand has been created by coral, but I don't know for this one.
We figured out the parking, finally. I think we're gonna get some lunch, right?
Yeah, we are.
We have come down to a little place for lunch. Super cute, like old school tapas plate.
Wow.
Gracias. Did you enjoy lunch?
I did. It was very. I think we should have.
Maybe too much garlic.
Yeah.
Should have had a bit more salad.
Which one are we
Your way, my way.
is signposted where you are.
With full tummies, we headed off to our next stop. The drive was quite far, and we meandered through volcanoes until we got to the next Cesar Manrique Museum. I actually regret going into this one. You can get exactly the same view by just driving down this road a little bit, but it does say you're not supposed to. If you're a little rule breaker like we are, I would highly recommend skipping the museum and just driving down the road.
I think I read that this is an old military base. Let's go see. Super echoey in here. I think we're here just for the view.
And here's the view from the road. By this point, we were quite tired. We'd done 3 museums, a stop for lunch, and we were thinking about heading home. It's a really beautiful drive. The roads are wide and easy to navigate, and the towns are cute and pretty. And like I said, there's literally nobody on any of these roads.
Mike took us off the beaten track into this cute little town.
Nice and warm as well.
It's like you're like salting me.
Yeah, but now put it in there and feel how smooth your hands are.
Oh, I just ripped my dress. No. And I'm stood in a puddle. Oh, wow. It's so soft. We found a place to park car in the Corsa. Not quite outside the hotel, but he'll do there. Where are we going now? Back? Hotel.
If you'd like to see the rest of the evening, head to last week's video where I share the full week. For now, let's head to tomorrow.
Back in our very favourite morning spot for coffee. This video actually will just be 2 days of the holiday, whereas we've been here for a week. So if you're interested in seeing how the whole week's gone and why this is our little favourite spot, what else we've done, go and watch the other video. We're back in Colino.
Today, we're heading to the south of the island. We didn't go with as much of a plan today as we'd enjoyed the more spontaneous stops yesterday. We have Google Maps and we're just going to see where we go. The first stop, however, is up the volcanoes.
We've made it to the national park. your entry, but it's included in the 4 ticket thing that we did yesterday. I think it's £12 each if you're not, if you didn't do the ticket thing. So now we're driving 2 kilometres down a road, and then we're going to get a bus up into the mountains. It only opened at 10. I think it's literally like now. So we got here nice and early. But there was already a tiny little queue, wasn't there? Mike made a very good point off camera that we got here before the tour buses, and I think that's when it gets really busy. We are not here before the bus tours.
Far from early, so it obviously opened a bit earlier than 10.
It said 10 online though. Everywhere else opens at 10.
Let's go down.
I don't know what this guy's doing. Parking on the edge of a mountain by the looks of things. Not somewhere I would be parking. We've made it up to the top of the mountains, but super, super, super windy, and I don't want to take this camera with me. I've even had to put my hair up, it's so windy. You need your masks, very important to remember. But look at this view. Let's just do cinematic until we get out of this wind. I really hate it when we're herded around like cattle. I have to sit on a big bus like this. It's the wind. But we're on the bus. Let's see. Let's hope I'm sweating. I've got to wear a mask. Let's hope the views are worth it. Past the food cooking for the restaurant out of the heat of the volcano, apparently. Like all that, I think we did come at the right time, don't you?
Yes.
And now it's just a matter of getting out with 1,000 people all trying to leave at the same time.
Stupid that.
I would actually recommend going in the end. Just pick a clear day and expect to be packed onto a bus. By this point we were ready to go off exploring again. Armed with Google Maps and an actual map, we set off to the Green Lake. We completely ignored the signs to say the road was no longer open and actually ended up at a completely different, very small alternative.
This is all seaweed around the edge, look. It's kind of still damp underneath. It's all very strange. Literally hot. This is the volcanic sand. Such a different vibe at this side of the island to that other one.
We decided we'd had enough of the windy and very rugged south of the island we'd seen so far and began the journey back to the north past the volcanoes again. Maybe we didn't give it enough of a chance, but we did find some pretty special places instead. Mike really wanted to do a DJ set, so we kept stopping at random small volcanoes to see if there was anywhere. We weren't having much luck, so instead we headed into another village.
Ended up in a tiny place. I could not tell you where we are right now. Pretty beautiful. We're watching a boat being pulled out of the water. We chose not to stay at that restaurant because it was pricey. Can't always be successful, can we?
There's people.
Who even knows where we are? We found this incredible hotel that's called Club La Santa or something. Oh, you can't even see how good it looks from here. We're out looking for rocks because Mike's filming a DJ set here.
This would be perfect. Can you see what I'm doing?
We actually found ourselves right next to the Club LANZAROTE hotel on a small island that was originally destined to be part of the hotel. The hotel has been through some pretty tough times, and it now runs as a hotel and sports centre with a focus on windsurfing. Apparently there are some rocky beaches around the edge of this tiny island, but we only stuck to the middle and we didn't see a single other person. It was so windy here. We didn't reapply sun cream and I ended up actually blistering on an area that I'm not sure I'd even put sun cream on at all that morning. Eek.
Colina is waiting for us.
I am Sandy.
By this point, we were hungry. One thing to note about this part of the island is there's sand everywhere. It seems a lot for me that all this sand has been imported, but we are pretty close to Africa, so it seems sensible that maybe some of it blows over on the wind.
We are in a new, small town, village, who knows. But there isn't so far many places, good places to eat, so I think we've spotted somewhere over here, so we're going to go look there. That food was so good. Oh, this place. Keep finding these tiny little gems everywhere.
And just like that, it was time to head back. We hired the car for €80 and it cost us €20 in fuel. If we'd have done all this on tour buses, it would have cost so much more and the experience wouldn't have even been half as good as it was. I would love to come back to this island and do exactly this. Maybe you'll see us here again sometime. For now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. It's one of my favourite videos I've ever made. And I'll see you back here later in the week for another video.
Thank you.